the sheep. But he says, sheep beget. Sheep. Tell somebody, honey, we got some sheep we got to get.
Got some sheep we got to get.
There's some sheep out there that's hungry, y'all.
Yeah, hungry.
There's some sheep out there that's thirsty, y'all.
Thirsty.
There's some sheep that need to know that God is a healer. There's some sheep that need to know that God is a deliverer. There's some sheep that need to know that God can make a way. Even when there is no way. Open up somebody and tell them, neighbor, we gotta go get them. We gotta go fishing. We gotta go out in the highway and the hedges. And we gotta compel men to come to God. We can't wait for them to come to us. But we gotta go to them. You go to work.
Gotta
You
work.
go to the gas station.
Yeah.
You go to the grocery store.
Right.
We got to be guilty of letting somebody know that it was because of God's goodness. It was because of God's mercy that you're still here. It's because God gave you breath in your body that you're still here. You're not here by accident. You're not here by luck or chance. But you're here because God got you here.
Yeah.
Touch three people.
Yeah.
And tell them, neighbor.
Neighbor.
All you to do. All you to do. What is that thing that's itching? What is that thing that causes you to get uncomfortable? Because chances are, that's what God is calling you to do. God has called us to do a work because the time is not long. The time is not long. We got more time behind us than we do in front of us. We got more time in front of us than we do behind us. So we got to get busy and do the work that God has called us to do. Help somebody. We got to do it. We got to do it. What has He called you to do? What is it that He's called you
To do.
to do? I just want to know, just tell somebody, say, I'm not trying to get in your business.
I'm not trying to get in your business. Yeah, I'm
What
trying.
has He called? What has He called you to do? Because He has a calling on every life of a believer. He has a charge that He has put on each of our lives. And just because you're not saved, if you're not saved, you still got a calling for you. But He's going to call you out first. Out of darkness, out of sin. And then He's going to call you not to sit down.
To work.
Not to come to church, trying to look better than everybody. But He's going to call you. In other words, this calling is going to cause us to have to roll our sleeves up. It's going to cause us to have to make some sacrifices. But the greatest sacrifice that was ever made was when Jesus went to the cross. He sacrificed His very life. And He did it so that we might have eternal life. Jesus said in a moment, He said, Lord, if it be any other way for this thing to happen. He wasn't trying to get out of it. But He just said, is there any other way that we can make this thing happen? I love the folk. I'm willing to give whatever it is, whatever it's going to cost me. But Lord, is there any other way that we can do this? But then immediately, He didn't even give it a second thought. But He said, but not my will, Lord. And when He said that was all God needed to hear. He said, but not my will, Lord. I just thought I'd bring it up, but not my will, Lord. But let your will be done. And God didn't answer. God didn't say one thing or the other. Because Jesus already knew what God had purpose for Jesus to do. And Jesus hung there. We oftentimes say He was crucified, and He was crucified. But I heard somebody say, but He gave His life. They thought they was taking it from Him, but He really gave His life. He could have came down if He wanted to.
That makes sense.
He's bad, honey. He can do whatever He wants.
Right.
But when He thought about would it be in the will of my my Father. So if that means that I got to stay here, if I got to hang here and die a tragic death, he says I'm willing to do it because this is what God called me to do. It wasn't comfortable. It didn't feel good. Lord knows, getting beat all them times. I mean, he was already badly beaten before he made it to the cross.
Right.
I mean, he had already went through enough, but then to have to go through all of that and then watch the people that whose only hope lied in him to see them hurting for him. But he did it because it was the will of God. He was charged to do a work. And so even in this season that we're in now, God has a calling on all of our lives. Now the question is, are we going to answer the call? Because you got to know what it is that God wants you to do. You got to know what it is. And if you don't know, I guarantee you, if you pray, and if you talk to God and ask, he'll let you know. He'll tell you. He'll let you know just what you've been called to do. And when he tells you, I'm just warning you now, get ready, because it's going to take some sacrifices. It's not going to be convenient all the time. But sometimes he's going to have to inconvenience, because you know how it is when we get comfortable. Sometimes we get too comfortable. Why do you think people can go to work and be doing this for 8 hours on their cell phone? You know why they do that? Because they done got too comfortable. Why do you think people can be in their cars and they ain't even driving, they texting, and they'll look up every now and then. You know why? Because they done got too comfortable. There are some people in church. And God gonna get us.
Yeah.
God gonna get us. Sometimes, every time they come out with some of this stuff, honey, I get nervous. I say, Lord, just don't let us get distracted.
Right.
Don't let us get distracted. But God is calling all of you. Just tell somebody, say, what has he called for you to do?
What has he called for you to do?
To do. Real quick, if you need prayer today, maybe you're